Please welcome back Mark Carell-Billiard and Mary Hamilton.
Hello again.
All right, Mary, it's great to see you again. My name is Mark Carell-Billiard. I lead all research and development for Accenture. Delighted to be here. Thanks, Celine. Thanks, Julie, to invite me. Thanks, everyone. I mean, just like, this is great. We're talking about the buzz and the excitement. I mean, there's really excitement. We could see that during the lunch. So what I wanted to tell you about is all about why is it so important to have inclusions and diversity, and specifically in the labs. You know, I was discussing and arguing with Mike. Not really arguing, we were just having joke together. And this is all about who's got the best job in this firm. I do, hands down. Because I got to work on really cool stuff to amaze my clients. And the best of this is that because I'm doing that with a very talented team, a very diverse team, amazing people. And you know, Jackie from Intel, she says like, don't say all this stuff if you don't have the backup from the data. And I have the data. So the data is the following. We got like 5 research domains that we drive all across our labs globally. 5 research domains. I'm not going to discuss it. But what's interesting to know is that out of the 5, 3 of those domains are led by women. And that's pretty cool.
Woohoo.
Now, the second thing, which is another number. You want another number? I give you another number. We got labs. We got 7 labs. We got like 2 of our labs, our biggest labs, one in Silicon Valley, are led by women. And we're going to continue this. And I think what's very interesting to see is that this is really a cultural thinking, and Mary will talk about that we're just driving into our organization. But we talk about the organization, let's talk about the content. What are people are delivering every day? And again, women are winning, hands down. If you look at all the patents that we've delivered over 30 years, thousands and thousands of them, 70% of those patents had a woman in the team. That's pretty big. And 38% of our women are delivering patents. I'm talking about patent, and I'm excited to talk about patents because that's what drives also our visibility, our differentiation, and that's what drives also research, our research agenda. And today, we're probably the luckiest in the world because I want to share with you that we have our most prolific researcher ever. She's been publishing more than 159 applications and patents. And you know what? I'm sure it's not finished. And so it's my great pleasure and my honor to introduce you to Teresa Tang. Teresa, can you stand up, please? This is it. Thank you for everything you do. And I'm sure this is not done yet. So excited. Mary, tell us about what we're doing about culture and all the things, to make our labs thriving.
Yeah, and I think that sets the stage, thinking about diversity, it sets the stage for us to empower creativity, rapid innovation. As a lab, we're a small corner of Accenture, but we are really prolific, right? And I think that comes from the diversity that we have. And why is that important to us? One, innovation that taps diversity is stronger innovation. Our clients are trying to deliver products and services to their customers that are an extremely diverse, broad base. And if we don't represent that when we do innovation, we're not going to be successful. So it's critical to our DNA that we are diverse, then the innovation we bring to our clients has diversity embedded in it. And then secondly, it's around creating that culture of empowerment and diversity within our organization to attract that kind of talent. And it goes back to what Julie said earlier this morning about bold leadership. And you can see the passion that Mark has for innovation, for diversity, and bringing those things together. Mark, Paul, Ellen, all the way across the board, we're supported in creating this diverse environment. Secondly, we think about how do we go to where the talent is. We get really engaged in things like Grace Hopper, Women Who Code, thinking about the next generation of the pipeline, being involved with Girls Who Code, going to where people are. And that's really important for us to make those connections and find that talent that we may not have been able to tap into otherwise. And then third, it's about creating that empowering environment, doing things like creating an innovation program that set us up for success. So, where this hits home for me is thinking about how this impacts our clients. I recently had a client come through our labs. He's a strong supporter of us at his client. And I wanted him to meet some of the team that had been working on the proof of concept for him. And I took him around, met the team, met some folks that were doing tangential work. And at the end of the day, he came back to me and he said, wow, I'm really impressed with the diversity. And it wasn't just gender diversity. It was gender diversity. It was the talent we had. We had engineers, we had researchers, we had business folks that were all talking to him. We had diversity of backgrounds. He was able to talk about social science, technology, and sports. He was able to talk about cricket. He was able to talk about extended reality with different members of my team and have these super engaging conversations that maybe I wouldn't have been able to have by myself, but because I had this diverse team that made an impact to him. And so I think this is something that just is culturally part of what we do, and I think it has to be the new mode going forward.